Hey guys, I'm in Virginia and picking up the 67 Super Sport, so I figure I'll take a little walk through. We'll do this full screen as is the method these days, and I'm going to kind of run through each of these cars that I have left and tell you what they are. And if you're interested in buying one, you can email me, Dansgaragenc at gmail.com. So we're going to start here on this end. This is a 1972. In some of my older videos, I used to call it a 71, but then I looked at the body tag and it is a 72. It is an AC car, no engine or transmission. I did get that spindle and drum, so I have to put that on here to get it up on its wheels, so it'll be movable. Looks pretty low, so who knows, the springs are probably compressed. This one is full of stuff, so I definitely do need to clean this out before I can price it. I don't price anything, so if you're interested in something, I'll put you on the list and let you know. This does have what appears to be correct SS stripes, so it's possible this car is an SS. I know everyone's going to chime in and say it's not an SS because of this, or it may be an SS if it has that. We're going to clean it up and we'll do all the looking at it and letting you know what we have. So it's got the usual rust. The body actually doesn't look too bad on this thing. I don't think there's anything in the trunk, but who knows. So that is going to be the last 1972 that we have to sell. So next to that one, we have a 1970 Malibu. And if you've watched my channel at all, you know this is the one I wanted to build. I may still build it. I'm not sure. This is a Malibu small block car. That engine could actually be the original engine. Not too sure, because as you can see, this is missing a lot of parts off of it. Does not look like this thing has been hit. And strangely enough, it actually has a full interior with door panels and everything. Full back seat, full front bench. It's got the steering wheel, the dash, everything is here, which is pretty crazy. Most of these cars don't have that. And looks like the back glass is there. Trunk's a little dinged up. We did have to drag it out of another property, so the rear valance got a little messed up, but it's got these interesting rust areas here on the backs of the quarters, but that's not too big a deal. Can basically buy any parts and fix these things up as needed. Here is the rust because the back window is out, so just another thing that we have to deal with. But this one, again, doesn't look too bad, and I may build it or I may sell it. I don't know. So we will find out when I get to this one. Coming up, we have a trio of 69s. There's a 69 Super Sport at the end, and then two Malibus here. So this is one of the Malibus. This car is actually in pretty decent shape. I mean, I say decent. Don't laugh at me or come at me in the comments, but you know, I say decent for a car that's been sitting around for 30 or 40 years. Windows are in it, which means it was protected, so that's good. This door was either primed or maybe off another car, who knows. A lot of these parts are hard to figure out. Does not have the bumps in the hood. Does have a grill that's broken. It's got a front bumper, actually looks pretty decent. Windshield is smashed, but overall everything looks like it's here, which is good. This one has got a back seat, or half a back seat. Front seat is there. Steering wheel is kind of hanging down, so it doesn't look like a whole lot of parts in this one. But again, it doesn't look like it's been crushed or crashed, so that's pretty good. Got a little spot right there in the rear. Tail light extension. I actually have one of those that I think it's this side actually. I have a lot of parts that I will be going through and selling after all these cars are sold. So if you want a part, you can ask me about it. I'll put you on a list and let you know if I have it, because there's things like bumpers in some of these cars that may be for the car or maybe from something else that I will sell. This is the other 69 Malibu. Pretty much same condition as that one. I do love these quarter windows, how they kind of go up and they have that angle to them. That's pretty neat. This one has the top of the back seat, and then it does have a front bench and some other parts in there, door panels and stuff. This is missing a steering wheel. But it does say SS396 on the dash, but I don't know. Maybe this is the SS. No, I don't think so. So I thought this was a Malibu. Maybe this is an SS car. Who knows? No drivetrain, nothing in it. So most of these cars, I don't think are going to have engines or transmissions in them. So this body is similar to the other 69 there. So these two are pretty much the same body wise. Let's see what we can see in here. So 69 was the first year that SS became an option. So it's not VINed. From 64 to 68, you can tell by the VIN if it's a Super Sport or a Malibu. It'd be 138 for a Super Sport, 136 for a Malibu. And I can tell you that later. This one, Willie had said that it is a true SS. He knows the history of the car. I've gotten some of it from him. Of course, this one has not a whole lot of anything in it. It's pretty much emptied out. But if we believe that it's a true SS car, then we can sell it as such. Sometimes there's badges, sometimes, you know, fenders get changed out. So I usually try to do as much research as I can when I bring each of these cars home, because I want to sell cars to people with as much knowledge as I can offer as to what they are. If I'm not sure, I'll tell you I'm not sure. So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about what they are for right now, but if you have a comment, you can leave a comment and I can let you know what I think. So I know this was one of the things with SS cars. They had the round gauges, and Malibus usually had the rectangle sweep gauges. So that is one way to tell, but again, unless you have the original build sheet or a car is all original and you know, it's really hard to say whether something is a Malibu or an SS. Next to that, this is the only 71 we have, and this one I believe does have an engine. Well, you can't see that now, can you? But you can kind of see. So this one does have an engine. Don't think it'll be running, but you know, it's possible it is the original engine, so we'll try to keep it with that. I mean, this happy 4th of July, we got red, white, and blue here, and it does say Malibu 350, but again, that could have been changed. The windshield looks like somebody's been beaten on it. There are some things growing in here, and this thing is chock full of parts. There's a bunch of grills in there and stuff, so this one is going to be fun to clean out. Looks like it was a vinyl top car, and this does have stripes, but you can tell these are not the correct stripes, not correct SS stripes. This is missing a bumper, but I'm pretty sure I have a bumper, whether it's 71 or 72. They're similar, they just have different tail lights, so we might be able to at least put a bumper on it if I have one that I think will work. And I know it's got some spring issues in the back. Don't know if it's the spring fell out or if it's a problem with the frame pocket that the spring is supposed to sit in. So that is, again, something I'll have to look at. Again, you got a couple of grills in here, and there's, of course, some other things. Who knows what that is? We have some front pockets there. Fender extensions. There's a piece of glass right there, so that may be quarter glass. I don't think this has quarter glass in it, but this, again, says 350 Malibu. It's possible this is the correct fender for it. Again, it does look different. So after 40 years in these cars transferring hands so many times, who knows exactly what's going on with them. All we know is that I have them and I want to sell them to you. Now, this one, so yes, this one looks terrible, but this is actually a 1968 Chevelle Super Sport car. Now, obviously, we're starting at the back, which is one of the worst areas. You can see the whole trunk floor is out, the rear body is gone, bumper's gone. But this is a true Super Sport car, and as I said before, 1964 to 1968, you can tell by looking at the VIN which you see it here on the body tag, is 138. So 138 is going to be an SS, 136 will be a Malibu. This also has the VIN up in here. It's going to have it up on the dash. On the older cars, and I'll show you on the 67, it's going to be a plate up here when you open the door. This one, as with the others, it's got a bunch of parts in it. So, and things growing in it. Missing a steering wheel. Actually has another taillight bucket there for a 68, which this does not need because we have 2 of them on here, right? Oh no, we're missing that one. So yeah, I guess it goes to that side. All right, well, now we know. But yeah, some of these cars actually have the parts that we need on them, and some of these cars do not have the parts that we need. But there's something, you know, they will all have titles and they will all have their numbers checked. This is the other part that really stinks about this car, is that it was hit on the right front pretty bad, and the frame on this thing is bent up pretty gnarly. But again, if I can get a title for it and it's a true SS car, then it's worth fixing up. I mean, I've seen people take everything off of these cars and rebuild them because they make all the parts. So as long as you have part of it and the bones, then you're good to go. I just put this tire in here when I was messing with the engine on the 67. Excuse me. Power brakes, no steering. Should be a 396 car, I believe. This says 350 on the front, but you can tell this front end is not from the car. So I believe it's a 396 car. And then, so this is where the El Camino was, which should be sold next week. And this is where this was. So we're gonna take a walk up here really quick. And if you wanna fast forward this, you just hit that right button and it'll skip 5 seconds ahead. And this might be a little bouncy, but I'll try to cut down on time for you. If you're still watching, you want to see this, please hit that like button, share, subscribe, let people know what I'm doing if you're interested in cars or you like to see what bad decisions I make. So here we are back up at the truck, getting a little winded. So obviously you're watching Dan's Garage NC. You should subscribe on YouTube. So this is the next one we're bringing home. 1967 Chevelle Super Sport. I did run the numbers on this big block 396. It is a 67 engine, but it's not original to the car, but we're gonna send it with it. So earlier models, you had the body tag up on the firewall, and then you also have these tags here. So again, 138, even though that won't focus. This car pretty much is gutted in here, but I do have doors I'm going to put on it. I have fenders I'm going to put it on it, rad support. So we're going to put the front end of this car together. We're going to put some doors on it. And this one is actually in pretty decent shape body-wise. I mean, you can see there's not a lot of rust on it. Of course, once you get these cars stripped down, you might find a whole lot of things that you didn't know were there. But as a builder, this car is pretty good. I do have taillight buckets for it, and the back glass was in it. I took it off because I have to trailer it to Raleigh, North Carolina. This side, you can see some patch panels were put in. It is primered. It did have a 4-speed. This may or may not be the 4-speed that was in it, but I'm going to send it with the car because I have it. So we will put some Raleigh wheels on the front. We'll have tires that hold air, and this will be the next one for sale. So if you like this content and if you made it this far, I thank you for watching. All those cars down there will be for sale soon. So thanks for watching, and until next time, stay positive and keep on wrenching.